यूनाइटेड नेशन जनरल असेंबली के 77वें प्रेसिडेंट कसाबा कोरोसी ने दिल्ली में कहा कि यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल को लकवा मार गया है और इसी कारण यूक्रेन तथा रसिया का युद्ध होकर पूरी दुनिया में खाद्य की कमी तथा महंगाई बढ़ गई है और इसलिए यूनाइटेड नेशन को रिफॉर्म करना जरूरी है और भारत को इसका स्थायी तथा अस्थायी सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल का मेंबर बना देना चाहिए।
How this world should change by 2030 and beyond, and we are working very hard to make it happen in the General Assembly. In my meetings with Prime Minister Modi, with Foreign Minister Jaishankar, understand the level of strategic resonance exceeded all my expectations. I invited the Indian government not only to play a part in the March first UN Water Conference since 1977, but to be one of the leading players. And I was very happy that the government has accepted this invitation. 16 negotiating processes that are going on in the General Assembly of the United Nations. 13 out of the 16 negotiating processes are about transformation. How are we going to change the UN? How are we going to change the international relations, international cooperation, and consequently, how are we going to change this world? And I'm very happy to inform you that the government of India is on board. Usually in India, the topic number one is how the Security Council reform could look like in the near future and whether or not India can become a permanent member of the Security Council. Last September, 73 heads of state and government demanded in their speeches that the Security Council reform should be given a special impetus and it should achieve its results. So there is a push, there is a need, there is a demand from the side of the Commission. I nominated 2 new co-chairs of the so-called intergovernmental negotiations that is responsible to deal with the reform of the Security Council, and the negotiations are just about to start. The first hurdle to jump over is the division among the 193 countries. There are at least 5 negotiating groups, and they are mutually neutralizing each other. That's why I turned to all of them and to all member states, asking them if we take the Security Council reform seriously, they need to decide whether or not they will be ready to compromise, they will be ready to change their position if and when and maybe later, the position yes, how and now. I wish I would be in the position to promise you what will be the outcome of the negotiations, but you may know that it's a so-called membership-driven process. It means that the General Assembly President creates some conditions, convenes the negotiations, but the content of the negotiations is and will depend on the willingness of the member states to make compromises in order to achieve concrete results. I am hopeful because the world needs it, and because the Security Council in the present form today is paralyzed. It takes us to paralyzed, dysfunction. It takes us to, we discussed the war in Ukraine, the issue of the war in Ukraine with Minister Jaishankar. And it is one of the issues why it's quite obvious that the Security Council must be reformed. The Security Council has been created in 1945 in order to be the prime responsible organ and body to make sure there will be no wars, no major conflicts in the world, or the conflicts should be resolved by peaceful means. Now what we are seeing, one permanent member of the Security Council has committed an aggression against its neighbor and annexed a part of its neighbor's territory, and the Security Council is not in the position to take any decision since the start of the war because of the veto power in the hands of the given permanent member of the Security Council. Issues in Ukraine and issues related to food security. Ukraine and Russia are providing about 30-35% of the global supplies, global exports of grain. If a war starts, as it happened in the last February, and the grain exports stopped from Ukraine and consequently from the southern part of Russia, it means 30% of the global supplies disappeared from one day to another. It sent up the prices of the grain 2, 3, 4 times higher and caused immense suffering in many countries, particularly in the most vulnerable ones, even 10 or 15,000 kilometers away from the war zone.